Welcome, Larry here, and welcome back to Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews. I'm Larry, I'm your host, and hey, we got a pretty cool review coming up on a pretty cool pen. So are you ready for the review? So let's go where the adventure begins, right here at Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews. Alright folks, today's review is going to be on the Big Red. The Parker Big Red. And a special thank you to Mr.
Big Bad Brad
from
AB Rustic Relics.
Thank you for sending me this pen for loan for review, and I'll be sending it back to you shortly. So it's going to be very interesting in my humble opinion. You'll see more when the review proceeds. So here is the Parker Big Red. Comes in this box, cardboard box, orange. Okay, it has Big Red is big. So the bottom of the box is black. So let's take a look what's inside this box. On the clip, got ahead of myself, is Parker. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. On the inside of the top of the box is black. So here we go. Here is this beautiful pen, the Parker Big Red. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Parker Big Red. Parker comes out not only with fountain pens, but with ballpoint pens as well. The reason for this was in the early 1960s when Parker 45 and 75 proved that the public was beginning pens was leaning more to a cartridge filler. So, you know, people were beginning to want pens, it seemed, to have cartridges. But also, it was quite clear that the heyday was over for the fountain pens. Yes, it was hard to believe that the fountain pen days were over. With the phenomenal success of the ballpoint pen. Can you believe that? So Parker contemplated reviving the design of the popular, famous duofold known as the Big Red. That year before had proven so successful. It took, however, until 1970 for the project to launch. So they were talking about the early 1960s when the downfall began for the fountain pen. So that fountain pen started taking a dive in the 60s. So again, the downfall began for the fountain pen. It took about 10 years later for Parker to launch the Big Red. So as the downfall started, it took Parker 10 years to launch the Big Red. Beautiful Big Red, nice clip, Parker on the clip. By then, also, the felt tip pen was beginning to gain ground. So when the new Big Red was released, it was as a ballpoint pen and a felt tip touch pen, which sold for only $2.95 and later for as much as $5 for the pen. Wow, that was back in the days, right? I'm digging this. This pen was on fire and it turned heads and became so popular and sold in the millions. We're talking about in the millions. The Big Red turned heads. Yeah, I can understand why. Parker really kicked that one. So Parker added more colors to the new line of ballpoint. So now the iconic Big Red, the one and only, not only came in red, but in 10 other amazing colors. You have the red, the white, the light blue, the dark blue, the brown, the yellow, black, orange, and green. And a two-tone Big Red. Plus, there was even a version in the design of the American flag. Most pens sported clips, but a rig top version aimed for the female market was also offered. It was phased out though in 1981. So, most pens sported clips, but a rig top version aimed for the females market. So, it didn't last long, looks like. I guess that just wasn't the thing. So, let's look at this pen. The Big Red, right here. I mean, Parker is one of the most iconic fountain pens, a legend in its own time, and still a legend nowadays. It was just well made. The craftsmanship was right on the money. So I believe they also sent here is a refill for the pen, and it is the 90C number on it with the Parker logo, Rollerball. It's the medium with the 0.8 millimeter, made in the good old USA. So it's a 9DC on the number here. So if you're looking for cartridges, you can go to AB Rustic Relic on eBay and you can get your cartridge refill. But if you're having problems, all you got to do is message Brad. You can message on Facebook even. He's there all the time hanging out, him and his wife.
Amara.
She's a sweetheart, and they will help you promptly. Or go to eBay, okay? Or check out their websites, man. Like, not only on Facebook, they're on Twitter, Instagram. They're all over the place. Social media, they're there, okay? And in here is a Big Red, looks like that a 16 to you? Or it looks like a Big Red, big blah, right? Reminds me of what do you call that? Not Pokemon,
Oh, Pac-Man.
yeah, that's what it reminds me of right in here. Kind of cool. So here it is. The booklet, brochure, whatever they call it. How to refill your Big Red pens. Yep. Felt tips, ballpoints, soft tips, the adapters, refill caps. I mean, you name it, it's all right here. So, that's kind of interesting. I don't know if y'all ever take any time of looking at the instructions of warranty. But the guarantee, back then it said, Parker will repair or replace your writing instrument free if it fails to perform due to defects in material or workmanship. Should this occur, just return it to us, the Parker Pen Company, at 219 East Court Street. That's in Janesville, Wisconsin. Attention, Big Red Owner Service Department, right there. Wow. That's some kind of warranty guarantee. All right, cool. So, let's go ahead and put this back in for now. I'm going to tell you what I think about the pen. We're going to move everything aside. Now, action. Here is the Big Red. Here is the Big Red. Which one is the ballpoint? Which one is the fountain pen? Okay, here we go. This is the ballpoint. The ballpoint weighs in at 17.4 Gs, where the fountain pen weighed in at 29.2 Gs. The length of the Parker ballpoint would be 5.5 inches, and the fountain pen 5.42 inches. The length posted, and we'll talk about more about this in a few. 5.86, and on the fountain pen 6.88. So there we have it. So this is the Rollerball, not the Ballpoint. We have the Rollerball refill. My apologies, 1,000 pardons. May I get ink spots on my eyes. Oh, so anyway, so just look at the comparison though, for real. Beautiful. This is gold plated, of course. This is the Rollerball there. So we'll pull this aside. Now, let's talk a little bit about the pen, and then we'll get to the writing sample. Here, my friends, are the colors I just mentioned. Aren't those good looking colors? And I wanted to show you some of the ads for back then. These were really interesting back then. Check out. I mean, this is cool stuff to me. You know, when you're doing vintage, looking for history on fountain pens, not only is it cool to find the ads, but the information in the ads, the illustration of the pictures, the detail, the years of the ads when they were out. And now just look at this. Now, to me, that's interesting. Don't know about y'all, but this is before our time, okay? And it's just pretty cool how they came out. You can see this chick here dancing, and she has a necklace with her pen hung on to it. Cool. I'm digging it. Yep. All right. So let's go with the pen. It's got a nice clip, and we'll just use my shirt to clip it on, and it goes on with no problem, and it is secure. Comes right off. So at the top of the clip, at the finial, it's black. At the end of the barrel, matching black as well. And you have the gold plated clip on the top that adjoins the finial with the ring to it on top. And then you got to go ring down here as well at the bottom of the cap. You go all the way down. It kind of thins out a little bit at the bottom of the barrel, because here's why. It posts. But this is the only problem, be honest with you. When you post a pen, if you just put it like that, it will stay on. Yeah. And it's on there. Oops, there it goes. So that's what you got to watch for. So if you put it on there again, if you put it on there real snug, it'll stay on. Remember that. So it will post. Did you see me still doing that? It's when you don't put it on snug, it won't. So, and if you just put it on like that, it's going to go off. So, but it is postable for those who like poster pens. So, but is it necessary to post it? Not really. I have small hands, but even for large hands, this will accommodate your hands, because you got your barrel that's going to be long enough. You go down the barrel, step off the barrel, where the cap screws on to the barrel. There's nothing that's going to be sharp, annoying. It's going to bother your fingers. It doesn't have a real big grip, but then I have small fingers, so it's a perfect fit. But if you have to hold it right here, you know, that's going to work just as well too. You're not going to have any problem. It's going to work. I've used the pen, worked with the pen, written with the pen, did letters with the pen. So yeah, I spent an hour and a half writing letters with this pen. So as you go down the grip here, there's the section that kind of has a flare upwards, so your hands won't just slip down the grip. So it kind of catches you right there. And then again, it connects with the point at the end. Let's take it apart. show you how it's in it. There is the rollerball right here. And there's a section that goes into. Interesting. And the back section part. You need that as well. Okay. So this is the blue one. And this is a ball pen refill, medium. And it says write longer than ordinary ballpoint. Parker, made in the USA. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little bit of both, this one and the refill. It is really cool. So, here we go, my friends. Party hardy with Parker, the big red ballpoint monster pen. Vintage. Here we go. Parker. Right. Here we go. And it writes really nice. It lays down the ink really nice. Alright, so there you see how it wrote. Really writes nicely. So let's go ahead and play with the pen for a while. And we're going to change out refills. You saw the blue. Now, I'm going to show you how to fill it and all that good stuff. So let's get all this aside and get all this going on here. Get all our stuff together. Big Red, you know, Parker rocks. One of my top favorite icons of all. Love it. Just love it. Okay, take the section off here. We'll take this off here. Take the top section off. Don't lose those. Remember, do not lose those parts. I'm going to take this off here and take this off the refill. And you need to put that in there. No, you don't. So, do you need to put this on here? No, you don't. So, that's for the ball pen. This is the rollerball. This is just going to go right in there just like that. And boom, nothing happens. So, what are we going to do now? Well, let's play with the pen for a while. Okay, we're learning it together. Let's put this on. Well, it won't stay on. So, how about this? That won't stay on. Well, how about this? Well, that stays on. Will that work? Well, let's see. There you go. Doing this together. Showing you how the pieces fit. When to use them, when not to use them. Just like that. But do not lose these two parts. Because if you want to use a different refill for, it says the ball pen, you don't want to lose them. And this is the rollerball. Okay, so let's set these aside. Don't want to lose them because I want everything to go back to Brad like I got it. Okay. So here we go. This is the rollerball. Beautiful rollerball. Do a line. Look at that. Beautiful. Lay down the ink. So, everything looking good. Okay, so it writes really well. It's a rollerball. Okay, so now we're going to go back to where we started. Let me get all my goodies here together and put this back together. Here we go. Okay. And I'm still looking for the, here we go. And we're going to put the ball pin back in place. And I'll put the cover back on the rollerball refill. Put that back in place. Interesting. All right. And I'm just looking at this refill for a minute. All right, so here we go. So let's go ahead and use the blue ball pin again. Right, there it is. So, there you have it. The Parker Big Red Rollerball / Ballpoint. Beautiful pen. Really nice. Feels nice in the hand. Looks extremely great. It's just a great looking, kicking monster fountain pen that I believe any pen user would be proud to own, to put it in their collection, to use it, in school, at work. It just can't say enough about Parker. Great fountain pen. Well, folks, there you have it. Today is Big Red Day. So that's going to do the video today. And the paper I was using was Rhodium 80Gs. So thank you for joining me today. And, check out AB Rustic Relics. They're on eBay. Check them out on Facebook. Send Brad or his wife
Amara.
messages. Ask them questions. That's what they're there for. They're to help you. Be safe, my friends. Take care. God bless. And don't text and drive. Bye-bye.